Hello, everyone, and welcome to the success story of Growth Leadership Hub. We have another guest mentee who has actually achieved a different scale of salaries in his career. And before we hear from him, I want to welcome Badrinath in this Hall of Fame session.
Hey, thanks, Rakesh, for inviting for this Hall of Fame.
Okay, so everybody who is probably not aware, the Growth Leadership Hub is actually catering to the mid-level professionals, empowering them to explore their true financial potential. So if you are probably watching this success story for the first time, please have a look at another success stories in the playlist as well, so that you get more and more understanding about how you can actually get the success in the career as well. And before we go to Badrinath's story, let us probably understand. So, Badrinath, first and foremost, welcome to the session. Help us understand before we actually get into your story of success. What is your background? Where do you come from?
Yeah. Thanks for this opportunity to kind of share my success story with the entire community here. So I'm a Badrinath. I have around 18 years of experience. I'm from IT background, worked across various domains, uh, majorly played as an IC role and then kind of moved to a people leadership roles. So, and working across fintech domain, insurance domain, I have a varied experience of working in service, product, and startups. So that's
Ex-
the role I'm playing.
Excellent. Now, help us understand. You must have had your own reasons after 18 years of experience that you found that I need to probably join a coach or getting some career guidance. What was your reason to join the community?
Yeah. So one thing that we always go through is we get into a comfort zone, right? And we don't realize that we are part of the comfort zone. It's only that when we don't see that growth based on your experience that you have achieved and the deliveries that you have done, the milestones that you achieved, it becomes like a bigger hard shell that where you are enclosed in that and you feel proud about it. I can do whatever I know because you are in that shell, right? So, and I started seeing that impact of being in a comfort zone. So I wanted to kind of break open that and then see the other opportunities. So when I went through, it was little a tough journey for me, right? Because the skill sets that were needed has changed. Working
Mm.
in the shell, it was very, very easy because I knew everything. But when I went outside, I saw the universe is big, a lot of new things have come in, a lot of different skills are needed. So that's where I wanted to kind of and it's very difficult to kind of go every be achieve go face a failure and then learn about it and then improve. I think we cannot go with like 10 100 failures and then recover, so our entire career will get ended over like that. So then I thought that, hey, I was looking for a coach so that I can get trained well before we get into that struggle zone. So that's why I think I chose this GLH and mentor like Rakesh, which is, I mean, getting a lot of help to kind of sail through different problems and different situations in the corporate life.
Excellent. Now, Badri, you have joined in the Career Accession Mastery, which is where the most of the people join in, right? To understand the strategic aspect, clarity aspect of it. Now, and you moved through the ranks and probably joined the ELC as well, which is an Executive Leaders Club. How has been your journey so far in the community?
Yeah, it's an interesting journey. So when I joined or when I joined CAM, my only intention was to get a job, right? And then there were some of the trainings and very strong, powerful trainings about how to kind of prepare yourself for the interview and have a right mindset before you even start your preparations, skill gap analysis. And mostly I was focusing on the technical skill gap analysis, but there are a lot of aspects, other aspects like people management, stakeholder management, conflict management, right? So we usually have some vague ideas as part of our journey and our experiences, but then there are core things that are needed which were missing, and it was not a well structured way of preparation for myself. So technical skills, very strong preparation, but other aspects I had kept it light. And as a leader we need soft skills and power skills, right? And technical skills we concentrate, but others we are not. My expectation from CAM was also kind of to, hey, let me get a job, right? That was an intention with which I joined. When I kind of went through the videos that some of the trainings that were there and some of the interviews with some of the HRs, how do you prepare for leadership qualities? How do you use a star framework kind of to prepare for behavioral aspects of the questions? And how do you salary negotiate? How do you present yourself? How do you create an impact? And how you can add energy to that interview process? So all those aspects was really helpful for me. And then I saw that, hey, once you get a job, I think you will be facing a lot of bigger challenges, big level of challenges, where you'll be interacting with higher management. You should have a very good rapport with your leaf level people. So there are different skills that are needed as part of leaders, not just the core technical skills. So
100%.
I realized that, and I jumped into ELC, the Executive Leadership Club, where I'm actually learning all the techniques that will help me to grow further to reach my vision that I have for my own career.
Excellent. So before we actually make the audience wait for your success, help me understand, after going through this process of your own transformation by learning through the different processes and trainings that we have, what is that achievement that you are very proud of to share in this Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I'm very happy and excited to announce that. So I kind of moved to the next ladder. Next designation is what I got. And I kind of moved from 7-digit salary to 8-digit salary. And
Oh,
it's like, and I got an opportunity where you will play a big fish in a small pond. It's kind of a mature startup where I'm getting into with lots and lot of challenging things in hand. So that's the growth story.
excellent. And if I have to ask you, what are the top three contributors to the success that you have received? Because see, receiving an eight figure is a dream for many people, right? Eight figure is kind of a dream for most of the Indian people, especially, right? Where you reach to the eight figure, it becomes a very upper medium middle class kind of an environment that you get into. Now help me understand, by working in the CAM, of course, working in the ELC and all the community that you have been a part of now, what has been the top three contributors to your success?
Yeah. One of the major shift that I have seen is the mindset, right? So growth mindset, right? Not the fixed mindset. Even the awareness of there is something called as growth and fixed mindset also kind of I learned here, right? So, and with growth mindset, you have a lot of abundance, start thinking on different aspects of your career and career. So that is something that has been a game changer for me while in CAM and ELC. And another thing is having bigger goals and bigger dreams. So I had a very limited scope of, I had some bucket list of goals and I kind of filled it when I reached with 17, 18 years. But then I think there are a lot of other, after joining CAM and ELC, I started adding more goals to my bucket. And that bucket is overflowing now. Right. And for that to achieve, you need a lot of skills that we are getting trained in ELC. So
True.
that is something I want to kind of thank to the GLH team and Rakesh, to you kind of helping me to kind of have a bigger vision, bigger dreams in my life and having a lot of goals in that. Another major aspect of this community is the community learning itself, right? So we kind of get inspired by different success stories. We get inspired by getting onto the problems that others are facing and how we are getting solutions in some of the calls, in our weekly calls and in the ELC calls, where we get to know about the problem statements and how they were able to resolve it. I think that is very, very inspiring to all of us. So that is one thing which I want to, this community based learning is one of the another major pillar which people don't see. It's not only about what is getting trained by the coach. It's also about how the community is helping each other and how they are helping to grow. And one good thing what I have seen is people are very, very honest here. They are here to help others. So that is something which is really amazing in ELC.
Excellent. Thank you very much for touching up that point, because when I started off with this community building part, one of the reason why I built this community is uh, in the corporate, there's a crap culture where the people are pulling each other down. So there is an office politics, there is a backstabbing, and a lot of things that you find in the corporate world, which I wanted to change. We wanted to create a family where people are pushing each other for the growth. And I'm
Correct.
very glad that all the people so far I have actually interviewed in the Hall of Fame, they have been able to probably feel that, experience that community factor, which has been the crucial, critical factor in their success as well, like you mentioned. So, uh, but one aspect of is the mindset aspect, which you said, the community aspect that you said. Any other skills that has helped you to probably reach to a level?
Yeah. So some of the major skills, I think, there's power equations. That's another important thing. How do we communicate with at 3 feet, 300 feet, and 30,000 feet? So because as we grow as leaders, leaders don't want to spend a lot of time because they don't have time. So you need to kind of give a perspective so that they understand. You should keep your updates very crisp and impactful. That power equation was really a game changer for me. I kind of started using in my corporate life as well. That is one more thing. And persuasion and negotiation skills, right? This is very, very critical. So we always say that, hey, negotiation is only when we are doing sales or anything of that, right? So because you need to persuade your upper management, lower the people who are reporting to you, until unless they get convinced, they will not be able to contribute to a level it will create a bigger impact for the company, right? And also sometimes as mid-level professionals, we also have to use our persuasion skills to get approvals from our bosses as well, right?
True.
If coming up with a new idea which will have a bigger revenue impact and a bigger process change within the company, you need to have the statistics, that data that has to back your ideology and kind of persuade them, and have that belief on yourself, and also so that your management also believes on you and supports
True.
you. I think these skills are actually really helping me to kind of grow fast into my leader. And this
Right.
ELC is an accelerated learning for all of us, right? I think I'm really happy to be part of such a wonderful family.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing that, Badri. Now, some of the aspect that I really want to understand, because you've been a part of the community, right? You experience the community closely, my coaching closely, and so on and so forth. Now, what are the advices would you give to somebody who is in the community now, who is probably joined at the camp level, want to understand, okay, uh, where he can actually grow in his career? So, what is the advice that you would give to people?
Yeah, people who are already part of the community, even by being CAM, I want to congratulate them that you have taken a very strong first step, which will definitely create a lot of goals for you. People who are not, I oblige and request that, hey, be part of this community, because you will see an exponential growth trajectory. You will be part of an exponential growth trajectory, right, with the trainings that we get. So I would advise that, hey, CAM is, if I have to give an analogy, right? So if you have considered it as an egg, and that is a comfort zone that you have, and if you are an living body inside that, you are very comfortable leading that. CAM is like the skills and the strength that gives you to break open the shell, right? And that's where it stops. Once you come out, life is a very, very tough journey and difficult journey, so you need a lot of different skills to kind of sustain, and you need next level of skills for exponential growth. So that's where the ELC is coming into picture, where you are getting trained on every aspect of the professional career, and as well as uh,
First,
personal things as well, right? The NLP sessions, I want to kind of thank you for having that NLP session, neuro linguistic programming. That is something where it will help you to kind of deal with people within your personal life and also in professional life. So this NLP is in the icing on the cake, right? While we are working on our career, but I think the improving your personality and being more self-aware of yourself with this NLP technique is really awesome. So I think I would request and urge everybody to be part of this group so that you can have a better life for yourself. That's what I would like to tell.
thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that, Badrinath. And yes, I would just concur with some of the elements of it, because when I was learning the NLP, when I invested in myself in NLP, I realized that I joined it because I wanted to probably understand my issues, honestly. And at the same time, at the back of my mind, always the community is there. So how do I actually give it back what I learned? And that is when this entire NLP sessions and everything started, where I realized when using certain science like an NLP, you can build a great foundation of the human behavior. One. Second is we also understand that during the NLP and the using in the community environment, it
Yeah.
adds a lot of value, because then the interpersonal dynamics are very pretty much there in every organizations as well. So how do we probably excel in interpersonal dynamics, because we are always dealing with the people in some other form,
Yes,
right?
true.
And that is the reason I realized that NLP would add a lot of value. So I think you touch upon a really great point. When we introduced NLP in ELC, maybe back in the last summit itself, or the retreat, I always wanted to have that interpersonal dynamics to be the part of this community as well. So thank you very much for bringing it. Now, what is next for you as a leader? Now you have reached a certain level, like an 8-digit figure. I'm sure you must be living your dream life. If you have to say 18 years of experience, eight-digit figure is a very good life, honestly speaking, in the terms of career growth perspective. What is next that you have the vision for?
Yeah. So first and foremost is there are a lot of learnings and too many concepts that we are getting trained here. Right. So application of that is much more important, right? Because
True.
if you learn, if you don't practice, you'll forget. Right. So one of the great thing that you say is if you don't take massive actions, learning will just fade away, right? Because if you don't practice it. The first and foremost thing that I want to learn is a lot of the learnings that I got, right? Setting up smart roles, whether it might be power equations. How do you and talk to a CXO if he passes by? So one of the strategies that you kind of do, what be prepared what to ask him. How do you contribute to your professional career? The another one is spirituality and giving back to the community. Right? That's again we always leave it or park it aside. We'll see that hey, whenever it is there, we'll see. But I think connecting to spirituality and kind of serving back the community, which you brought into in some of the discussion, that is where something that I want to kind of start inculcating in my career and all the learnings that I heard. And I have my vision for next 6 years to kind of become a senior
Wow.
VP. So I want to kind of use the skills that I have learned here and apply that to get the exponential growth which I'm targeting for in my career.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm very impressed by the way you are explaining your clarity. One of the things which I have realized is why mid-career professionals become stagnant is they stop thinking about the future and the clarity is missing
Yes,
because
yes,
most of them are probably busy in either getting the promotion or getting the job. That becomes their vision.
yes,
And unfortunately, they miss out on the bigger picture or the bigger thinking that is required in career to grow, not only for just next 1 year or 2 year, it is about the next planning for the next 5 years, 6 year, 10 years in line, which will help you to probably grow exponentially. So I'm very glad that I think you have taken some of the golden nuggets of the community that we nurture, and you have also picked up some of the part which is helping you to grow to the next level much faster compared to all others that I have seen. So your
yes.
growth has been phenomenal, I would say. And I believe that the people in the community look up to you as an inspiration. I look up to you as a leader as well. So thank you very much for being that inspiration for us and the community as well.
Thanks, Rakesh, for kind of giving me opportunity to sharing the learnings that I have got from ELC, and I'm proud to be part of all of him. And thanks for this success story. I just want to end with one things. With 10-20% of application, this is what I was able to achieve. So if I kind of commit myself to kind of give 100%, I know the exponential growth will come very soon. So thanks Rakesh for all your support and training.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Badrinath, for being there, a part of the Hall of Fame. All the people who are listening right now, just understand what has brought Badri the success. And if you want to share your comment, what are your top three learning, please share it in the comment section or wherever you see this video as well. And if you want to be a part of this community, please check out the links on my bio, on the description below the video as well. You'll be finding the link to join this community as well. We would love to work with you and grow you the same way like Badri has grown with us in the eight-digit figure as well. And as a coach, as a mentor, it is the greatest fulfillment that I receive from my students getting the success which people dream of. Okay, so we are creating that community, that moment in the mid-career where you can reach to that level where you fulfill your true financial potential. So if you are somebody who's looking for it, I look forward to see you in the next session. Till that time, keep watching the success stories, keep working on yourself. Thank you very much. And I'm just signing off for getting you another success story in the next Hall of Fame session. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you.